in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Have so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, hell. Keep it on me cause my name rings.
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Ed Oliver in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Returnable here for Davis. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Chance.
X3, 218, chopper.
Switch.
Alert!
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4 at the Jets' 20-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6-man.
Derrick Henry. And he'll take this in to the 18. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
57's a mic. 57's a mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Allen. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You drop Parker.
That's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
March 49. Rip left, rip left.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
58, Mike. I'm scared.
Here we go. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the run. Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yo, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Right there. Check.
Now it's Darnold. He's going to air it out deep for one. He's got a man complete. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Mike.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
2 yards. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, New York.
The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. After the penalty, it's Bell. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll try the right side with Bell. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. 61 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Henry. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
General West.
Check 49, check 49. Hey, check.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check it out, Reed.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run. It's Henry. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
At their 49-yard line.
Young lady. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Hey, lady.
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Caught here by Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
And the Jets first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. On second down, it's Bell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Bell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hey, shoot. Double dog, that's the way.
Here's Darnold. That's caught by Woods for a Jets touchdown. Robert Woods scoring a touchdown against his former mates as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get it.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Darnold now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
49. Check, 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 check. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
On third down, here's Bell. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7th. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second and 10 at the 7-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Second and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. It's caught by Aguilar. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nelson Aguilar, 84 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, pick your game up.
Now Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this to the 30. But that is still well short of what he needed.
31. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
At the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Darnold completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
He's not going to get me. Shit. Watch the shit. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Get off the field.
From the 38, Darnold steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's second down. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Hey, Charlie.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Hey, Orville.
Darnold from the gun. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. And we're pretty bravo. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Pass. Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Allen now on 1st down. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On 2nd down, here's Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Jets offense coming up now in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Darnold. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. All right, here we go. Let's go, B, let's go. Red lady, let's get there.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got some space here. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen's throw into the hands of Brown. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye, Mike Daniels, in for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack on 1st down, Allen, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 13.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
It's going to be a long
On 1st down, Bell, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jets on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go,
Allen. And that's complete to Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Throwing on first down is Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down.
319. Man, I got you. Alert. Check.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, he'll try and run it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on 3rd down, Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. And he's got it. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Allen now on the sneak. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Derrick Henry taking it in as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Mike, 58, right there. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Darnold. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. He'll look to throw, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Here we go. Rush in. Sin. Lock 52. Check. Go.
Back to throw. Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He's back to throw. He finds his target, John Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Allen going to come to the line here, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Jets, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today.